Muster, Daniel Pardee, and Jacob Bailey. Hi, Daniel. Jacob, good to see you both.
Same here.
Welcome back. We're getting closer.
Of course, we're 2 weeks out.
Wow. And August 23rd and 24th at the Cascades. So we're going back in time. Where are we going back in time to?
We are going back in time to December of 1864 in South Carolina.
Okay, so that sounds like toward the end of the war?
Getting close towards the
Yeah.
end of the war. We've got about another 4 or 5 months of the war until Lee decided that we're going to surrender and end the war right there.
Where are the battles, where were they held that you are reenacting?
The battles we're doing this year is the Battle of Telephany and the Battle of DeVoe's Neck.
So until this year, I never heard of those battles. What can you tell us about those two? Are they at the same time? Do they have the same outcome?
Basically, it's the same outcome. They were both back-to-back to each other. It was a 2-day battle, basically. It's shortly after Sherman's march to the sea. He decided he's going to send it upward through the Carolinas to meet up with Grant, as Grant is pushing Lee's Army of Northern Virginia around Petersburg and Richmond. So basically enclosing the trap.
And they were around Richmond? Is this where the battles were held?
No, Richmond, Virginia is where Lee was holding off, and this is where General Joseph Johnston took on what was left of the Army of Mississippi and the Army of Tennessee after the Battle of Franklin basically was decimated. So it was ragtag companies and divisions, and he just was trying to keep what was left of the army and hold off Sherman's army through the Carolinas.
So who won?
For this year, the Confederacy won with rare victory.
Okay.
Sherman sent a division of 5,000 or 6,000 Union troops against 900 Confederates, and the Confederates put up one wallop of a fight.
One last gasp.
Yep.
Wow. So of course the battles are a big highlight to the Civil War muster. Jacob, what else happens at the Cascades during these 2 days?
So that's one thing I wanted to mention is everyone comes, for the battle. They know what time the battle is and they think that's the big event. But the entire event is very cool because you can walk around and almost every single individual reenactor has their own story to tell. Some of them may be portraying a family member that was in the war, or somebody that they looked up and researched. So you can walk through the camps. There's my artillery group right there, and actually that might be me in the background. And everyone's got a story. I mean, they're playing music, when they're not out in the field, and there's always things to be learned. You can ask about the camps. All the reenactors love to talk about what they do. They love the history. They love to teach the public about it. So that's one of the things that I've found most interesting, being more involved with it, is not really the big action and the big things that you expect, but all those small details and the interesting things that you learn that you didn't really expect to.
What are some of the questions you get as reenactors?
How to stay cool is a big one of them, and how hot are the clothes and all that, and it's all wool, and they're all, it's very hot. But a lot of questions are just, what was it like day-to-day life back then? Most people can't really relate. It's so different to how we live now. But there's a lot of cool things to learn, and just to see the difference from then on how they lived day to day, and then how the civilians lived, and then how the soldiers lived on campaign and out in the field. And it's very different to what people think of now.
We couldn't do it today.
No.
No, and it takes so much for granted, like food. There's no food. I mean, you have to bring your own food.
Well, it's bring your own. Well, it's not
Everything.
just bring. You were issued, but a lot of times your supply wagons was captured by the enemy, either side, or the food rotted, or a lot of times that a lot of the farmlands were taken advantage of, that your livestock was killed and taken, and whatever the armies couldn't take, they just left it to rot, or burned your crops, or burned your barns and house, and there was a lot of refugees.
Yeah, the rules of war, there are none.
Yeah.
Now, if it was me, I'd say, okay, I'll stay in the tent during the day, but I'm going to go to the hotel at night. say I wouldn't last.
Oh, I've been doing this for 24 years, and it's still not. You still don't get close enough to what they went through still, but you still get that taste. And we welcome anybody who comes out to please come up and ask us questions. If you are interested in joining, we can help you learn your lineage of if you have an ancestor, or help you in the right direction of what unit to join. And
I think that's how you got involved, Jacob. You had people that you were going as just a observer, right?
Yep. And then just happened to meet some local people that were into it, and basically just kept offering, and wouldn't take no for an answer. And so last year they got me out in the field, and I just had so much fun to join the group. And hopefully the rest of my supplies get here in time for this year, but I'll be there
Well, you got a
regardless.
nice beard for it.
Yep, I'm working
Yeah.
on that a little bit. Yeah.
Daniel, on the other hand, he has gone, pardon the pun, whole hog into this because you have embraced your history, your personal history. You've done a lot of research
Oh, yeah.
on your family and their involvement in the Civil War.
oh yeah, both sides. I mentioned before, I found about 317 relatives who fought on both sides, and it's not just of how many was on each side, but you get to learn even their personal story and how it affected their family or their personal life, and even if where they were wounded at, where they were killed at, or even if they survived the war, what did they do afterwards? They became politicians, store owners, or farmers, and they continued.
I'm sure there's a lot of us, our existence depends on somebody in the Civil War surviving.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's amazing what you can find. I've had one where he was basically the Colonel Chamberlain of Culp's Hill. 4 o'clock in the morning, he sent his unit across an open field and drove the 2nd Maryland Confederates off of Culp's Hill. And his brother and his dad were mining company owners, and come to find out they started the mining wars in 1880s, and it's just amazing what you can find.
The Civil War didn't really end in the 1860s.
Oh no, because actually the Civil War was supposed to start 8 times before it actually happened, because we were a fresh young nation of many sovereign states, and people wanted to do this and other people wanted to do that, and it's a conflict that we have as Americans even to this day. But that's the thing about history, is we look back and we learn from it that, hey, we've already did this once.
We've got to learn from our history or we'll be destined to repeat it.
Oh yeah,
I was at the fair last week and the root beer guy was there.
yes.
And he said he's coming back.
Yes, he is. Everybody's very excited about it, and we are looking forward to it. We were discussing last night, we have over 50 vendors coming this year, and that includes the crafts, the sutlers, the food trucks, and the root beer tent, and we have other organizations like this Austin Blair Camp Number 7, Sons of the Union Veterans, and Camp Claiborne 2257, Sons of the Confederate Veterans, who are going to be there to help anybody to research their family to find if they had a relative that fought. And we, of course, will have the artillery, we'll have the cavalry, and we'll have the Union and Confederate infantry out there to demonstrate their lifestyles and the battles that we are going
Just
to.
walk through all the living displays.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think what people like about the root beer and the kettle corn, it's authentic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's made right there, and it was made. People did that back then.
Oh yeah.
So, for vendors, it's free, but people should bring some money.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yep. It's free to attend. We welcome anybody to bring money to get the root beer, lemonade, shop around for. If you want to get into reenacting, there will be sutlers there to help supply you to get your uniform, your gun, the necessary equipment, even the ladies' dresses and headwear and what women wore then.
You could buy your way into reenacting.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's not just buy; it's investing. It's an
Right.
investment. Of course, Saturday night we have the military ball at Cascades Park on the driving range this year.
Oh, neat.
Yep, and that's even free to attend, and we welcome anybody to attend, whether you be in period dress or not. You're more than welcome to come and dress and dance and listen to what the music was then.
Sounds great. I know it's a lot of work putting this on. Thanks for all you guys are doing and all your committee and volunteers. next weekend. Wow. At the Cascades. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daniel Pardee and Jacob Bailey with the Civil War Muster.